Sawadee and welcome to Be My Guest, the program that keeps you updated on successful businesses in Thailand, delivered by versatile entrepreneurs. I'm Sarosha Damangtuita. And today I'll take you to the world of Prêt-à-Porter luxury fashion brand in Thailand, Squire, which has been launched by a Macedonian-born fashion artist, Jovan Petrovsky. Its story is to be told in this episode of Be My Guest to let you understand what are key words of the brand's success in the fashion industry. Now we're with Mr. Jovan Petrovsky, the head of fashion department of Accademia Italiana and also the founder of Squire.
Sawadee.
So first of all, could you introduce yourself to all the viewers to Be My Guest?
I am Jovan Petrovsky. I'm a fashion designer. I am born in Macedonia, a small country in Southeast Europe. I'm educated in Italy. And also, I built my working experience in Italy, and here I am in Thailand now.
Okay. So, what is the reason that you are in Thailand now?
Pardon?
What is the reason, that you are in Thailand now?
Well, yes. It's long story short. Simply, I just got a job offer to come to Thailand and teach at the Accademia Italiana. Fashion design, and after a year just teaching, I became the head of the fashion department in the Accademia Italiana, and it's been 4 years now.
Wow. So what is Accademia Italiana?
Accademia Italiana, or as it's known in Thailand as only AI, is a fashion design institute, but we also have two other departments, interior and product design and graphic design.
Okay.
But fashion design is our strongest department, and we have around 150 students. And it's very international, not only Thais, but maybe 50%.
Wow, okay. So that means 50% of the students here are Thai,
yes,
but the other are international students. Okay, so right now you're a dean or director. Okay.
The head of the fashion department.
Okay, I see. Okay, what about your personal lifestyle? Because in Thailand.
Well, there's not a lot of time for a personal life, but yes, I can say that living in Thailand is it's very nice. Of course, summer all year long, and that sometimes make it difficult. But and when I go to Europe during the winter, I can see how blessed I am living here in this climate.
Okay, so what about the differences, between living in Macedonia and living in Thailand?
Well, I lived in Macedonia only like the first 18 years of my life, and then the half of my life I'm just moving from country to country. I'm just like a nomad, like a gypsy. So yes, I've been moving every 3 years, and this is the first place that I live that I'm more than 3 years.
I see. Okay.
So maybe I will put my roots here. Who knows?
Wow. Okay. By putting your roots here, so what do you love about Thailand?
The opportunities. It's a very fast-growing market, and actually this is why I decided to establish my brand here.
Okay.
And focus on this market.
So could you explain and tell us a little bit more about your brand?
Squire. Okay. It's been a plan that after 1 year that I was here, that I came to teach, to continue my work from before. Before I had a brand in Europe called Jovan Petrovsky Clothes, simply, and when I moved here, I stopped designing, and I said to myself that I need a break, 1 year break. It took me 2 years to actually do my research, find suppliers, and build my team. Yeah, I established the brand because as a teacher, I love teaching as a professor, but it was not satisfying me intellectually and creatively. I needed to create.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to give my ideas only to the students. I thought I was thinking that I can do it better. So this is one of the reasons why I decided to because I'm a designer and I need to create.
So for the Squire, what's the product concept?
I hate the word minimal, but I guess I prefer purist. So I don't like a lot of embellishments. Everything I design, it's quite pure, very clean cuts. I am focused more on cuts rather than colors. It's very dark in a way, but still I want contrast. So it's all of my designs are actually sort of very contradictional ideas.
I see.
And I always fight with the duality.
Okay. Talking about the duality, how do you present, this theme through your collections?
I like mixing feminine and masculine, for example.
I see.
So all my menswear, very often the clients are women, because it's a very slim cut. It's very flattering also for women. And all my women's design are actually inspired by the men's suit. I'm always inspired by the men's suit. So I like sharp cuts, especially tailored jackets. And with the tailored jacket, I can manipulate, distort it, deconstruct it, and play with it.
Talking about your previous, intention. So are your target customers male or female?
The first idea when I established Squire here, I wanted to focus only on the male customer.
I see.
But then I wanted to showcase my collection in Pullman G, and it was supposed to be a small showroom kind of a presentation, more like a performance. But it turned out to be a big show.
Wow.
So I decided also to add women's wear as well. That women's wear was not supposed to be produced, but it turned out to have more interest in the women's wear than in the men's wear. So I decided to produce also the women's wear.
Okay. So how many collections have you done so far for Squire?
Squire is a relatively new brand. It's been only 1 year, and so it's only one collection. Now I'm in the process of creating the new collection.
I see. And after your performance at Pullman Hotel, so what was the feedbacks from your viewers?
Well, I had around 500 guests.
Wow.
I didn't expect so much.
Yeah, that's not a small show at all.
It was hectic, and at that period I was only myself and with few of my assistants, and with a lot of my students actually helped me, and it's been very hectic. It cost me a lot, but it was a good. When you do a show, the adrenaline is something that drives you.
So talking about the product lines here of your brand, how many product lines are you offering to customers?
In the beginning, it was supposed to be only shirts, but then I found the right producers, and I focused more on the tailored suits for men. But then I just expand the line into jerseys, like T-shirts with prints, and now also shoes.
Okay, so do you have any message or theme in this current collection?
I hate naming my themes. I hate explaining my reasonings. On the end of the day, it's just a product, but anyway, there is a very huge personal journey while creating it. So there are always strong concepts in my collection, but on the end of the day, when you see the product, you will say like, oh, this is just a jacket, but behind that there are a lot of hidden messages.
Okay, I see. What about the selling points here of your product?
As I mentioned before, Squire is relatively very new, so I have only one selling spot, which is called the Denim Bar in Bang Na. And also, 1 month ago, I started collaborating with this chain of boutiques in Malaysia.
I see.
And as well, a new concept store in KL, which is in the Petronas Tower.
Okay. So these are only for Squire and
exactly, and also in Europe, in my country, where I just turned back 2 weeks ago. I had a fashion show there, which was a huge fashion show, and also there I am selling in one concept store.
I see. Okay. From your experiences in different countries, so how Squire, can suit different customers in each culture and country?
Well, that's why I'm trying, because Squire customer should be this global, like someone who feels that it's a citizen of the world, not a specific country. So it's definitely someone who wants to travel, someone who wants to see the world, someone who is into other cultures, but exploring, but just being open.
Okay. So having said that, that means every collection will be sold and launched in every store?
That of course depends on the clients and the response of the previous collection, how did they sell. But me with my partners, we have a huge plans about our two brands. First, we want to focus on the Southeast Asian market and hopefully expand even more. We are on a process of opening a flagship store here in Thailand. We are still looking for location, and that's going to be the big next thing.
Okay. And through the past year, what are the feedbacks of your customers from different countries?
It's been a quite long journey, because it's been 6 months that I was producing the collection, and then when I showed it, it took me 6 more months to find customers, because it's for a designer the hardest thing for a designer is selling.
I see.
We all are very driven while we're creating, but when it comes afterwards to the product, we don't want to deal with it. We don't want to deal with the production. We don't want to deal with sales. Our team is very small, and it's been hard, after the launch, arranging production and distribution.
Okay. Okay, for now it's time for a short break. We'll be right back and we'll learn more from Mr. Jovan on how he's setting his business. Okay, not only this brand, but also his another new brand. So please stay tuned here on Be My Guest.